Do you know that heavy, tight feeling in your chest? The one that pushes you to work harder, not because you want to, but because you're terrified of being laughed at, underestimated, or called a failure one more time. Maybe you've spent years trying to prove something to your parents, your friends, your ex, your classmates, or anyone who said you wouldn't make it. You call it motivation, but deep down, you know it's just fear wearing a mask. If this sounds familiar, then this story is for you. There once lived a tailor named Raffi. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, and he wasn't even talented enough to stand out. At least, that's what everyone told him. His classmates used to laugh at his dream, a tailor. Seriously, you'll never survive. Get a real job. Those words burned inside him like a fire. So Raffi made a promise to himself. One day, I'll prove all of you wrong. From that day forward, everything he did was fueled by anger. He worked 14 hours a day. He said yes to every customer, never rested, never smiled. He never said no, even to abusive clients. Every single stitch he sewed was filled with frustration, not passion. He didn't want to succeed. He wanted revenge. His bank account grew, but the joy in his heart died. Years passed, and Raffi finally had his own small shop, a warm little room filled with threads, scissors, and the comforting smell of new cloth. But he never felt proud of it. Every time he looked around, he didn't see what he had built. He saw what people said he couldn't build. He wasn't living for himself. He was living against them. His body grew tired. His back bent from the long hours. His hands started to shake, and the spark in his eyes faded. Still, he refused to rest, because in his mind, stopping for even one day meant they were right all along. One cold winter morning, a customer brought him a beautiful piece of navy blue fabric. "Can you make a coat from this?" she asked. Raffi nodded and began working. But for the first time in months, he noticed something strange. The fabric reminded him of his childhood school uniform, the same color, the same texture. He stopped sewing, and suddenly he could hear all the voices from his past, all the laughter, all the mockery. He started stitching again, but this time faster, angrier, louder, until the needle snapped. A sharp sting cut his finger. A drop of blood fell onto the navy fabric. And in that moment, something inside him broke. He stared at the cotton, finished, uneven, messy, just like his life. It was the first time he realized he wasn't fighting for his dream. He was fighting for their approval, and he was losing. Later that day, the customer returned and saw the unfinished coat. Instead of anger, she said softly, "It's okay to rest, you know?" Those simple words hit Raffi harder than all the insults he had ever heard, because no one had ever told him that, not even himself. The customer continued, "People don't buy clothes from you because of your past. They buy because you put your heart into your work. But lately, your heart isn't here." Raffi looked down at the coat, the symbol of everything he had been running from. He finally whispered, "I don't want to prove anyone wrong anymore." And for the very first time, he felt a quiet peace settle inside him. Raffi closed the shop for one day, then two, then a week. He rested, he slept, he walked outside and just breathed. When he returned, he didn't sew to prove anyone wrong. He sewed because he loved creating something beautiful with his hands. He started rejecting customers who disrespected him. He worked fewer hours and smiled more. He repaired the unfinished coat with patience, making soft, slow, steady stitches. And when he delivered it, the customer whispered, "Now this feels like you." That day, something changed forever. Rafi finally understood. Peace is found the moment you stop performing for the people who never clapped for you. My friend, you don't need to run your life like a competition. You don't need to destroy your body to prove you're worthy. You don't need to chase applause from people who were never meant to be in your audience. Your life is not a courtroom. You don't owe anyone evidence of who you are. Stop fighting ghosts. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who don't even see you. Live for you now, because the moment you stop proving them wrong, you finally start becoming right for yourself. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Take care.